Hello students, good morning. I hope you all are doing good. Today we have come up with some core stability exercises. There are 10 different type of core exercises. We're going to do one by one. Let's go for it. The first exercise is plank.
An exercise intended to strengthen the core muscles. We must maintain a straight back, neutral spine throughout the entire range of motion. The abdominal muscles stabilize the chest from the top and the pelvis from the bottom. Contraction of the abdominal muscles, and especially the transversus abdominis, increase intra-abdominal pressure, IAP, thus preventing pressure on the lower vertebrae.
Let's go for the second exercise.
Plank leg raises. This exercise is intended to strengthen the core muscles with an emphasis on the oblique abdominals and hip flexors of the supported leg. Breaking leg contact adds the difficulty level of the exercise.
The third exercise.
Plank sidestep plank. Start with an elbow plank. Break leg contact from the floor and move it sideways. Bring the second leg to the first and repeat the same movement with the second leg. This exercise is intended to strengthen the core muscles with an emphasis on the oblique abdominals and hip flexors of the supporting leg. Breaking leg contact adds to the difficulty level of the exercise.
The fourth exercise is bird dog. In this exercise, you need to maintain your final position for 10 seconds.
Target muscles, core muscles. Co-contraction of back extenders, abdominal muscles, pelvic floor, and diaphragm. Raise one leg pushing it straight backwards and simultaneously lift the opposite arm and point it in front of you. Arm and back form a line parallel to the floor. Hold for about 8 to 10 seconds.
The fifth exercise is seated abdominal flexion. Let's go for it.
An exercise intended to train the core muscles. This is a static exercise which focuses the load on the abdominals and the hip flexors. It requires intensive core muscle activity.
The sixth exercise, lateral bridge with your own body weight.
An exercise intended to strengthen the core muscles. The muscles that create movement in this variation are the hip abductors, but the target muscle is actually the stabilizing muscles, the core muscles. Note that the spine is in a neutral position and movement is through the hip joint. When lying on the side, we focus the load on the obliques, mainly on the lateral fibers. A variation in which movement is through the spine. In this variation, the oblique abdominals are active in dynamic contraction.
The seventh exercise is
Hollow rock. The hollow rock is an advanced body weight core exercise. Start in supine position, arms extended overhead, legs extended and pressed together. Contract the abdominals and push the lower back into the floor. Lift shoulders and legs off the ground. Important, lower back remains pushed down into the floor, engaging the core.
the eighth exercise. You can maintain this position if you want a bit easy level. If you want more difficult level, you can raise your arm straight back to your head and hold. this becomes more intense.
Hollow body hold. The hollow body hold is a fundamental core gymnastics exercise for developing midline stabilization. Important, lower back remains pushed down into the floor, engaging the core.
The ninth exercise.
Mountain climbers. Start in a traditional plank. With your core engaged, bring your right knee forward under your chest, with the toes just off the ground. Return to your basic plank. Switch legs, bringing the left knee forward. If you are not that flexible, you take it to whatever range you can without the hips elevating. The faster you go, the more your heart rate will increase.
The 10th exercise is
the bridge engages your gluteus maximus and spinal erectors, and on the other hand stretches the rectus abdominis, anterior deltoid, and pectoralis major.
That's all for the today's session. I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you very much.